Good evening, friends. How are you? I'm fine as well. Today, I'm going to show you how you can install uh, SSL in AWS with Apache and PHP 8. So, Let's Encrypt is a free SSL provider, and using Let's Encrypt, you can get a free SSL inside your AWS account. So, let's get started. Um, I'm in my AWS dashboard, and I'm going to create a new instance. So, let's launch the instance. This is the instance. Let's choose the T2 micro that belongs to the free tier. Then I'm going to choose an IAM role that I have created previously. But if you don't know what is IAM role, this gives you this instance to access some other AWS services. And if I go to the details of that role, it will show you what are the permissions given over there. Roles, and then the roles that I have created is EC2 role for EC2 role. That's the role. Let's open that. So it has two permissions: Amazon SSM full access and S3 full access. So what is SSM? SSM is AWS Systems Manager, and using Systems Manager, I can connect to that instance, and I don't need to PuTTY. I don't need to use PuTTY or shell. So from the browser, I can connect to that instance. So that's why I need IAM role, and that needs to have permissions to SSM full access. So that's that. And then enable termination protection. Yes, I want to check that. User data. This is an important part. I've given the user data information in my blog with more details, what needs to be done. So these are startup script that will run all those commands, and you don't need to run it manually. That's really helpful. So I just copy all the commands here and paste it. So what it does, it installs HTTPD, that is Apache, PHP 8, and then also certbot, which is used for Let's Encrypt to issue an SSL certificate. So if this is done, just copy and paste. This is the website link I have given into the video description. You can check it over there, or you can go to my blog and see this video, see the article, and just copy exactly as it is. You don't need to change anything at all. Okay. Now let's move on to the next storage. I want to keep it 8 gigabytes, but if you need more, you can make it like 20, 30, whatever you want. For 8 is fine, I think. Add a tag, project popular bike. I'm just giving a project name, configure security group. I have already created a security group previously. That is web. Simple, you just need HTTP open and HTTPS open. That's it, nothing else. I don't need SSH because I'm not going to connect PuTTY or shell. I'm going to use AWS Systems Manager to connect to my instance. I don't need port 20 to open anymore. So port 80 and 443. That means HTTP and HTTPS. That's it. So this is a final review. Let's launch. I already have this key pair stored in my local. If this is first time for you, you might need to create a new key pair by choosing here, create a new key pair. But I already have created. So just I'm choosing the existing one. Okay. So that's my new instance is launching. While it's launching, let me create an elastic IP address. So let's go to elastic IP, locate an elastic IP address. So what is elastic IP? Elastic IP is it's a fixed IP from AWS, which gives you the option to use it or link it to your instance, and then this IP will be always fixed. If you don't use elastic IP, then your IP will be given or reshuffle when you reboot, shut down your instance. For example, if you shut down your instance and then start again, you will see your IP has been changed. But if you use Elastic IP, this will not happen. So I always suggest to use Elastic IP. This is a small tip, but that can save you a lot of hassle in future. So now I'm going to associate this IP to the instance. So let's click the associate Elastic IP. Here in the instance, I will choose the instance and associate. Okay. So if I go here and go to the details, then I will see that my IP is fixed Elastic IP. Public v4, this is the Elastic IP. That's one. So that's the benefit of using Elastic IP, that it is fixed and it will not change. Okay, now while it is initiating, this takes some time. So I will do is I will copy the IP and I will set the A record. So let's now see if it is okay. Okay, so our instance is now ready. All the status check is completed. Let's go to the details and let's connect to that instance. What I was saying that I'm going to connect using session manager, and that requires the SSM permission, which I have given via the IAM role. So I'm going to connect here. The next part is I need to create this virtual host. Copy, paste it in Notepad. And I just need to change the domain name. The domain name is this is the domain name, and I need to replace here, here, and then here, and here. So that's fine. Let me copy, and I need to open this file. Sudo vi etc httpd conf.d vhost.conf. Sudo vi etc httpd conf.d vhost.conf, and I'm going to paste the virtual host settings. Okay. Now let me restart the HTTPD server. Okay. Let me now check if the site is working fine. So, okay, URL not fine. The reason is we haven't created this folder for www range entity. So let's create that folder. Sudo mkdir here, sudo vi index.php. I'm going to create a PHP info file. Okay, now let's refresh, and voila, we see the PHP 8 version. Also, this is configured with Apache, all other things. That's almost done, but one thing that is still not really good, that is not secure part. So we need to install HTTPS. And how can we do that? It's simple. We're just going to run one last command. Okay. I gave my email address. I said yes. And I want to generate HTTPS for both of these. This is Rangen Ltd and WW Rangen Ltd. So one to both. Oh, challenge failed for domain WW Rangen Ltd. Why? Let me check. Oh, there has been a mistake here. So that's the problem. Okay, so it will probably fail because I put .com double. That's the issue. Okay, that's clear. Let me just go to I'm going to edit the vhost file again, and I will fix the issue. That's my mistake. Okay, and here as well. Oh, sorry. So let me restart the process again. I'm restart HTTPD again, and then I will go to the certbot. Okay, now it shows the correct domain. I think this should work fine. Yes, that's worked fine. Successful, congratulations. Let me clear my screen. I go to a website, I refresh, and here it is. So the SSL setup is done. One last thing, this certificate is valid for only 90 days. If you see, 9 August till 7 November. And after 90 days, it will expire. You need to renew the certificate. But you cannot do that manually. We want to do it automatically. So what I'm going to do is set up a cron job and renew the process on a cron job. So let's copy the command here. Instead, go for edit mode and run this command. Okay. Okay. So this will run this command sudo certbot renew on daily morning 3 a.m. And the good thing is before 30 days, so after 60 days, it will be renewed automatically and for the next 90 days. So you don't need to worry about manually renewing the process. The whole system is now automated, and it will just renew automatically when it is due. That means due is 30 days before expiration. That means it is 9th August now. So 2 months from now, it will be renewed automatically, and you don't need to worry about it. So the whole process is automated, and the good thing is it's free. You don't need to pay anything for this SSL certificate. Now you have installed Apache PHP 8 and you have a free SSL certificate. It renews automatically. Everything is good. So I hope you will like this video, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that, and if you subscribe, I will create more videos like this that might help you to your daily jobs. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.